Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 14th of January. So, let's get cracking. News-wise today, we've got quite a bit of data coming out, but it's a lot of it is old stuff. We've got October data coming out in the US there in the afternoon, later in the afternoon. Then we've got November data coming out. We've got no December data coming out, which we would normally be getting at this point. So a lot of this data is it might show a bit of trend or something, but it's old. Anyway, that's pretty much it there. I think Trump and he's stirring things up quite nicely to create weird volatility. Anyway, looking at the markets then, there's not a great deal this morning I'm interested in. The euro here had been continuing this sort of move to the downside yesterday, ended up selling off there. It still looks like it's in pretty much a downward trend there. At the moment we're just seeing it coming back into the underside of its daily pivot. See what happens from this. If it can hold on, start moving down, we could be okay for the S1. It's probably about the best setup that I can see here this morning. The pound is quite similar on the lower time frames. It's found support yesterday though on the monthly pivot. The day before yesterday on the monthly pivot, it's pulled back off towards that, but bouncing again. It's just looking at tad stronger than the euro. It's quite a mess here on the 4 hourlies, you can see, and well, it too could. It's into its daily pivot at the moment, having a bit of a struggle around it. It could roll back southbound. That would be the potential, but the euro just looks better out of the two of them. Other markets like the US dollar, yen here, I'm just going to show you on the hourlies. There's no real point doing much else. It's got scope for a continuation, snap elections discussed, etc. We'll see what happens. It's got the potential for a push up there, but it is getting towards intervention time. Let's just come right the way out here where you see how weak it's actually got, and there might be times when they start looking at intervention. We saw it back previously when it gets to these sort of levels, so is that scope for, if not action, comments at least, rhetoric sort of changing, but just got to watch out for that. But it's not yet. I expect it to move to the downside later, sort of more last year. We saw it coming off in December, but never really got any grips on it. But anyway, he's not doing that. We just got to react to what's there at the moment. It's a bit messy, right? Likes the Aussie here, just to show you off the hourly for now, it's quite a mess in terms of what it's developed. If anything, it's a bit more like the pound. The pound's probably a better trade this morning anyway, if you're going to look on the longer side of things. US dollar CAD, it's flatlining, nothing happening there. If you're trading the Swissy, you might as well trade the euro. Let's just click on the Swissy here. Euro is so much cleaner. Maybe a bounce off the pivot later if this rolls down. We've got scope for that, but it's in the bigger scheme of things, well, it's just double topping here really on the 4 hourlies. Might react a little bit more, but it's yeah, not the cleanest of markets here. You see that on the dailies I've gone backwards on this. Got scope still to push up there at some stage. If we can get a breakout, maybe a breakout retest, and then buy. Right, so not a lot on the currency side of things. Cross pairs are just a mess, a lot of them. There's a few of them running a little bit better than others, but I should look at those more in a short while. Other markets, Bitcoin finally, I was talking about this yesterday, it's weird, it just started taking off again and looking a bit more positive yesterday. It's been quite ugly, but it's just started a bit of a bottoming pattern overall. This whole action here maybe got some scope for further upside anyway. as Bitcoin. I just went off piece there. Gold up 1% this morning already, and markets like this is daily picture. You just see it's up for new all-time highs, pushing up. It has run into a bit of resistance here. That doesn't mean to say we should just go ahead and start selling, but I certainly wouldn't want to be on the sell side of it. The long side of it's the better picture. But even being on the long side, as you see with this, it was pushing up quite nicely, came all the way back again, would have taken out some stops here and then pushed back up again. Bit ugly, but at times. Silver, just go on silver because it's up 3.75% this morning. Again, just continue. It's like a wall of worry. This steep as anything. It's pushing up again this week. It's moving up pretty decently. We'll soon see $100 ounce silver, $100 silver even. At this rate, it's pushing up particularly strong. When you start getting near the big numbers like $100, it becomes almost like traders are trading in to push it to that level, and getting in because they think it's going to go to that level. So it becomes quite a draw. Okay, equity market. Oil's off a bit this morning. So as I say, suspected for a long time that we'd see a bit of a change in oil. Well, it's started picking up here a little bit more positively. It's a bit ugly overall, but this week has been reasonably strong. It's into this sort of flaggy pattern at the moment. This afternoon could see it just start pushing up again, but it is looking much more positive at this stage. We'll see what happens. As I say, I wouldn't trade this until the afternoon anyway, 2 o'clock-ish. Western Texas. We'll see what happens, but sliding back at the moment. Right, equity markets, S&Ps. So no surprises yesterday. New all-time high. Wouldn't be surprised if we chip around, spin around and do similar. We had China commenting it on Nvidia yesterday, and it caused a bit of a stir, but prices have since continued on their route. But it's the equity market at the moment as it sits here. Yesterday I was talking about waiting for it to come to the pivot there. Well, it did actually go beforehand, the main driver there at 1 o'clock on the data coming out there, but never made the R1. Today it's a bit of a mess. I wouldn't be looking on the long side until it got back above the pivot here. The FTSE continuing to make new highs, just pitching in. There were not quite new highs, it's thereabouts, but forming a ugly price action, but it is going. Again, we saw that sort of snap action there yesterday, but recovered quite quickly. But enough to take people out if they got in a bit too early. You just got to be waiting. When it starts giving us a top like this, you've got to wait for the breakout and retrace. People would have possibly gone a bit early, but anyway, it's got a bit ugly there. The FTSE, the DAX yesterday made new highs, but we did see a bit of a reversal, and it never recovered from it quite the same yesterday. But again, this is shaping up at the moment. It got pretty close yesterday to its R1 there. Today it's probably got a better choice, but it's a bit more pinched to pivots today. Oh, there they are. We'll see if it can break out of these highs this morning at some point, but could give us the opportunity for the R1, maybe more there. Okay, that's pretty much it for this morning. So not a great deal. The best opportunities really sit with the likes of the euro, which is starting to fall back a little bit at the moment, but this is probably about one of the cleanest charts out there this morning. Potential the prior lows there, S1. Right, I'll leave you with that. Have a great day. Bye for now.